Hey guys, it's Kevin Davis from Your Exceptional Life, creator of the Vacation Rental Profit Method, and I am here at Corvina Cove, which is what I call this vacation rental here in Orlando. And today we are going to do a walkthrough every few months. It's actually been about 8.5 months since I've been here, so it's a little longer than usual. But I try to come down and visit this house and basically put my guest hat on and do a full-on walkthrough of the house from outside and inside, just to make sure that every single guest that stays here has the same experience. This is into September, middle of September, so we've been through a very busy summer. We stay pretty much fully booked January through April. We take a little bit of a slowdown in May, but then this summer only had 1 or 2 nights open for the entire months of June, July, August, and about half of September. So this house has had guests in it almost every single night. So as you can imagine, the house can take a pretty big beating, but if you have good people, you have good caretakers and people that take care of your house, even after 8.5 months when you show up, it should look like this. I'm making a pretty detailed punch list so that while I'm here for 5 or 6 days, I can meet those things and take care of a few things that they may have missed or is just usually not on their list. So let's do a quick walkthrough. Normally I would come here with my family and stay for a month at a time. We may come back in the spring, which is sort of what we try to do. Stay for 3 weeks at a time, 4 weeks at a time. We have the luxury to do that. This time I'm only here for about 6 days, so I need to be sort of more diligent because we won't actually be using the house in depth as a family of 4 with our dogs and all that stuff. So we won't get the same experience, but I can actually do things to make sure that I capture everything that a normal family would, and our usual stay is about 6 or 7 nights, so that'll be about right also. So let's start. I'm just going to walk you through and I'll sort of flip back and forth on what I'm saying. I will continue to narrate, but I'm going to flip the camera and let you see what I'm seeing. And I usually start outside. I came in late last night, about midnight, so the house was dark, everything was dark. So I've already sort of moved in, showered, slept in the bed, all that stuff. So, but this will give you an idea of what I would normally look for. So I'm going to flip the camera. My little clown car here. So basically whenever I come up, I want to look at the front yard and just see what the initial house is going to look like. Get an idea. I'm going to walk back here, just get an idea of what everything looks like from a guest perspective, especially when they first pull up. My guys do a really good job. My caretaker's brother is actually my lawn guy, which actually really helps because it gives them some connections, lets them see, to make sure that they communicate. So they've recently done the mulch. Over time, this mulch obviously loses color. It's just basic cedar mulch, and so having that mulch replaced every 3 to 4 months really helps keep things going. I just want to look at things like the roof line, the paint, the garage doors, all that. This is Florida, this is Orlando, so the paint will be a little bit faded, but not to the point where it makes sense to go ahead and repaint everything. So I have some problem areas on this house, like right here on that corner. There's a little bit of rust, not a big enough deal to worry about. I want to sort of look at this front entry. I'll probably clean it a little bit more when I'm here, just to touch up a few paint areas and that kind of thing. One thing that struck me right away when I pulled up was that rug. This rug is probably 1.5 years, 2 years old, but it gets 6 or 7 hours of sun every day, and so I can tell it's taking a beating. And so I already picked one up and I'll be replacing that. This front door, it's raining right now, but this front door is probably another 6 to 9 months away from just needing to be repainted. So I'll take care of that. One of the other things that I noticed right away, this is my electronic door lock, which works really well. I'll actually replace the batteries while I'm here, just as a maintenance issue. One of the things I noticed right away was right here. We've got some torn stuff that's about a $5 part. I just picked it up at Lowe's, and so we will fix that and get that corrected. It's just those little things that really can make a difference on perception of stuff. So my house has 2 living rooms. This is sort of the living room / game room. This is something that you can do also. A lot of houses in this area put their game rooms in in the garage, which is freaking hot in the summertime. So we elected to pull out this dining room table that was there and put in air hockey table, foosball table, and so the kids sort of have their own little area here. There's Wii and PlayStation, all that stuff in there. So I'll try to make this relatively quick. One thing right here, you've got this cord makes no sense at all. So this is something that housekeeper did. There's tons of plugs back there, so I will fix that. It just doesn't need to be that way, so we'll take care of that. We'll open every closet door, turn on all the lights and all that, so we'll do a full walkthrough of this house. You can hear my washer running. One of the things I do right away is go ahead and run a load of laundry. Just look around and stuff. I know that I've got an issue with water right here on my roof, so I double check to make sure that that's good to go. I keep some of my paint and all that stuff back there, so that's good. I also noticed that that umbrella doesn't go there, so I'll fix that. I'll put that where it goes. Talk to the housekeeper whenever, so she can look for that. This Black & Decker coffee maker doesn't go there. We had a failure. My guest replaced it for me. I paid him back, but that doesn't need to be there, so I'll talk to the guy about that too. Let's see, other things that I saw. This room looks pretty good, actually. One of the things I do is look at the fans before I turn them off to make sure they're pretty clean, look at the vents, that kind of thing, just to see what they're out. We just had a power outage, so the clock is blinking, so I'll make sure that that gets set. And sort of check the bedding, how the bedding looks and whether or not it's looking pretty good. And this actually is a new bedspread. We had a tear in one, so we just ordered it and had it replaced. I like to use white because you can bleach them, and it's easy to take care of. We've got a bathroom in here, so I just look, when the bathrooms, obviously I'm looking to make sure that it's clean and make sure that everything looks good for a guest perspective. And then I also try to check these shower curtains. These inner liners are really cheap, but they can get kind of crappy. So this one actually looks pretty good. Sometimes you can wash them, sometimes you just need to replace them. They're only about $8. So on these towel showers, especially here where mold and humidity is an issue, I will make sure that the mold's not an issue, which it looks pretty good here. All the wall coverings and all that stuff look good. Let's see, what else? This is our kitchen. This is sort of how they had it laid out when I got here, which looks pretty good. Everything looks great. They actually set the table, which I think looks nice. All the pillows and everything in our living rooms look great. I actually found 3 of these night lights that were out. They are incandescent bulbs. They're all burned out. So I already picked up some replacement LEDs, which are cheaper to run and last a lot longer. So just little things like that you notice. Our house is in Orlando, obviously, so we look for stuff like, little Mickey themed things to make sure that we help set that mood for people. Let's see, another issue that I knew about was this little thing that somehow got broken off the bottom of this refrigerator. And so I think I can just replace this piece. I'm gonna look online and see what I can do. I always open the refrigerator and see what the cleanliness looks like to make sure everything's getting cleaned properly, because you don't want the guests to find a dirty refrigerator. I obviously went and bought some groceries. We have our housekeepers go ahead and just dump everything that's in there. And so that's why that's got stuff in there. So another bedroom for us. Again, we carry the Mickey themes. We assume that these are kids' rooms, and so we carry the Mickey theme through the whole house. We sort of did more of a movie type thing here. Of course, we have TVs in every room. We made these with really cheap stuff. We just made that little Mickey head. If you've ever been to Disney, you know the hidden Mickey kind of thing. So here, same deal. This is sort of our real kids' room, where it's just over the top Mickey stuff, which I think our guests really appreciate. So, obviously check all the lights. Again, check the fan, make sure all the light bulbs are working. Bathrooms especially are a big deal. This is our Mickey themed bathroom. Again, sort of overblown, but we assume that these are kids. And so we want to bring that Disney experience. We're closer to Disney than to Universal. So we figured that most of our guests are going to be visiting Disney. So that's why we go that way. Again, check the status on the, oh, yep. So this will give you an example. So this shower curtain liner is yellowing at the bottom, which means it's probably been washed and bleached by my housekeeping team. I will add that to my list to replace, because like I said, they're less than 10 bucks. That just changes the perception of of our guests. So, oh, how much do I charge a night? This house ranges anywhere between $109 in our very low season to $199 during the holidays, which includes pool heat and all that stuff. Our regular rate's about $120 a night. If you're coming during the pool heating season, we basically charge what we pay, which is about 20 bucks a night. So somewhere in the average about 130 a night for ours. So, you know, one thing you want to do when you are doing your walkthrough on your house is check things like clock. Does that clock work? That clock is new. I replaced it when I was here last time because it didn't work or it was slow. And that's things that you only notice when you actually stay at the house. We've got a little desk area here. We include a landline for people, which also does free calling to Canada and lots of other places. So this door, this is my owner's closet, one issue I had, and I'm gonna ask my guy whether or not he purposely left it unlocked or if it got forgotten, but that door was unlocked, which is not good because that's the owner's closet. I keep stuff in there that I don't want people to get into. So this kind of annoys me. This is just little things, but I had that little cable box stuck back behind the TV. I will probably put it back there. My assumption is that a guest moved that out because it's easier for the remote to work, but I just don't like how it looks, so I'll move that back. One of the things you might notice is that I label the crap out of everything. We'll talk about this later next week when I talk about sort of maximize the someone tried to steal it. No, I don't think so, but let's hope not. I keep stuff in there, like when we stay here for a month at a time, we make sure that we have toiletries and knives, special knives and all that kind of stuff. So we are in Orlando, Florida at Corvina Cove. You can see corvinacove.com if you want to see the house. So this was another thing I found, little simple stuff. So this is the bar lock that locks that door. Someone had tried to force that closed, so that's all bent. That's an easy fix. I'll just grab a pair of pliers and fix that, but right now I couldn't be, yes, I do rent to the UK market. I will fix that. So let's walk out. It's raining like crazy out here, but we'll walk outside and check out the outside. So continue to do my walkthrough. Pool deck looks great. My caretaker does my pool too, so that's really convenient. I noticed that I've got my pool cover out there, which I don't like out there, so I'm going to talk to him about that, why that's out there. We're about to start pool heating season anyway, so it's not going to be a big deal. It's not a gated community, but it's a very quiet neighborhood. We leave this pool fence up. This is actually a Florida law. We leave it up for every guest, and it's their responsibility if they want to remove it. That's a liability issue. I go out there and show you this. Well, so I just found that I've got a tear in my screen, so we'll get that fixed. Probably people pushing on it, so the screen here gets a little bit hinky, so we'll get that fixed. And I will walk around later and check all the screens to make sure dogs haven't pushed through or anything like that. This was an issue here in Florida. This is a year old, all right? So it rusts like crazy. These are cheap grills, so I will replace that. I actually already have one out in the car that I will replace. A little bit of side story there. That's really an issue. The grill is just South Florida, or it's just a Florida issue where they just cheap grills rust. I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a grill because it won't last long enough to justify the expense. So I pay 125, 150 bucks a year, buy a new grill, and be done with it. So this was another issue I found. This rug doesn't even belong here. I don't know why it's here, but it looks like crap and it's all moldy, so it will be thrown away. There's another one down there that is a little bit more outdoor usage wise, and so we'll put that back. Oh, just another thought. We'll talk more about this in another Periscope, but I have a what do they call it, little waterfall thing. I never turn that on for guests because it's too much of a pain to manage and I don't want people messing with it. So almost done here. Let's walk through the master. So just first impressions when you walk into this room, all the pillows are in place, the couches look clean. I actually pay a little bit more to my housekeepers to make sure that they do stuff like that, so everything looks great. You can see my stuff is out here. This is the master bedroom. This house actually has two master suites, so to speak. The one in front has its own bathroom right next to it, so that's easy to sort of sell this house as a dual family kind of thing. Some of the things that we notice, obviously I slept in this bed. It looked a lot better when I got here last night. Some of the things I noticed in here, for some reason that clock wasn't working. I hated that clock anyway, so I just bought a new $5 cheap clock. There's no reason to spend a ton of money on a radio clock or anything like that. So keep it simple. I already bought the replacement. When I turned on the TV last night, it's all pink. So I'm trying to diagnose whether or not it's a problem with my cable box or it's just the cable. So I picked up a new HDMI cable. Again, 10 bucks, easy fix. Should take care of it. So I'll go through and open all the closet doors and all that. This is our master closet, toilet area, shower area, tub. This is something I thought was really cool because I did not ask my housekeeping staff to do this. She came up with this little thing for the towels and these little decorative towels, a little bit of fake ivy and all that stuff. So this is sort of cool for people to see. They join, when they get here, it looks pretty nice. I make sure all the lights work. We'll talk more about this also, but I label everything and all my guests comment about how nice that is to know which thing is which. So we got shower area, same deal, check for mold, all that. And I'm not a particular fan of this trash can, so I'll talk to her about keeping that underneath, but that's not a big deal. So let's see. So I've done my walkthrough, checked the vents, and checked the fans. One other thing that I found when I got here and connected to my Wi-Fi, which I had thought my caretaker took care of, but I'll take care of it, is that my Wi-Fi is no longer closed. There's no password on it, and the name is wrong. So we reset the, So we reset the Wi-Fi router in an attempt to try to fix my Wi-Fi thermostat, which is right over here, and it's still set to the default settings. So do I charge for Wi-Fi? No, I do not charge for Wi-Fi. It's all included. One of the reasons that I do password protect is just because there's a ton of houses around here, so I don't want people stealing the bandwidth, but it's really not that big a deal. I'm trying to decide right now whether or not I actually want to lock the Wi-Fi down again or just leave it open just for ease for my guests. So if you are running one of these houses, then this is a crucial step, taking a walk through, figuring out what issues you have. I know that my caretaker came by last week and actually did a sort of a walkthrough on his own, did some touch-up paint, and I can tell everything looks awesome. So taking and finding great staff is a very important thing. So you guys have any more questions about sort of that initial walkthrough? I just wanted to do a quick scope here. This will be recorded, so it's easy to replay, and I'll probably throw it up on my YouTube channel. But I don't know if you're interested in vacation rentals in particular, or if you're interested in this in renting as a renter. So yes, it's on VRBO. I don't know the number specifically, but if you go to corvinacove.com, at the very bottom of the homepage, you'll find the link to my VRBO listing. So you can look at all that. So the purpose of these videos or these scopes is really to help people that are interested in doing what I do, which is learning how to run, and use their vacation rental sort of as a lifestyle design thing. We use this a couple months out of the year, which really works well for us. My wife's a stay-at-home mom, my kids are homeschooled, and I'm self-employed, so we can come down here for a month at a time, escape our long winters that we have in Montana. So hope you guys enjoyed this. We will cover I'm gonna try to do a daily scope on a different topic all this next week. If you're interested in learning about some free training that I have, I have a free series called the Vacation Rental Profit Method Masterclass. You can go to vacationrentalprofitmethod.com and you can see that stuff where it'll take you through sort of the basics of what you need to know. We were also doing a full-blown 8 to 12 week main course that will take you through every in and out of running one of these houses, how to buy, how to run it, how to set up, all that. So we'll cover some of those topics in general over the next week. So thanks a lot. Have a good day.